Hi, welcome to this week's Mind to Tell writing tip. Our purpose here is to guide you to your own strength as a writer and a creator, one small writing exercise at a time. And today we want to talk about kind of an age-old question that comes up a lot. It's come up for us, and it's in a busy life, it can't help but come up often. And that is, how do I find time to write? Because it feels like there are always so many distractions and other things calling for our time.
Yes. So this is definitely not something that I have mastered, but I have written a couple of books and I do continue to write. And I've recognized that I have to, well, there's several things surrounding time to write. I'm thinking specifically back to when I was asked to write a book. And so I had a deadline to write to. And I also had 3 little kids at the time and lots of kids running around my house. And I found that the best thing for me to do was to give myself short enough time periods that felt uh, doable, that allowed me to get into the space of writing and not just write the preliminary stuff. But it also doing it every day. Sometimes I only had 20 minutes in which to write, and sometimes I would do 20 minutes several times throughout the day. But it was something that I had to deliberately get into. And I also, which is something that Kathy will talk about, it was not always just a matter of time. And right now in my own life, I recognize it's definitely not always a matter of time. Sometimes there are other things I need to work through in order to get to 20 minutes of productivity.
Yeah. Um, it's really easy to say, oh, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough time, but actually, is there something else? Sometimes the resistance isn't actually the time, the resistance is a fear or a frustration of some sort. So this week's writing exercise, and we say this a lot, but set a timer. Set it for whatever time you have, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you think you can kind of squeeze into your day. And then before you start writing with that timer, first ask yourself, what is stopping me from writing? And you could even write a little bit about that as you first, get started with your timer. But there may be some fear or anxiety, or you're kind of worried about the subject matter, or you don't know how to get into what you want to write about. And if you can take care of that, sometimes the time will sort of take care of itself. So set a timer, ask yourself, what is stopping me from writing? Answer that for yourself, and then go.
Yes. And we just want to leave you with a really lovely quote um, by Isaac Asimov. He said, "If my doctor told me I only had 6 minutes to live, I wouldn't brood. I'd type a little faster." So just give yourself those minutes. And if there is something stopping you from writing, that's okay. It's okay to face it. It's okay to look it square in the eye and say, what are you and who are you and how can we move past you? Because I only have 10 minutes and I need to get to writing. So keep writing, because your story is yours to tell.